Hello, basketball fans. RJ, this could be a... Battle won in the trenches, each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school, should be a physical contest.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Joel Embiid out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then it's George, and it's Grimes in at the 2.
Maxey daring the D to try and stop him on his way to the bucket.
Free throw good, Maxey. This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Knocked away. Pass to Grimes. Back to Maxey. Embiid against Johnson. Embiid kicks to Maxey. And George now top of the key. Over Thomas. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Maxey.
And George, such a confident player. He's also terrific at recognizing when he's in his zone.
Here's Russell. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
So for the Nets, Brownie's checked in, and it's Johnson in for Williams. First quarter, just over a minute played. To the paint. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Yeah, multi-dimensional score. Hard to match up with Russell in that kind of space.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. Up and in on the layup.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Here's Russell. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Maxey passes to Grimes. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And you look at the career of D'Angelo Russell. I mean, he's played for several teams, including the Lakers twice.
Teams keep trading for D'Lo for his offense. He can be electric. There is a reason why he's been named an all-star in his career.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Free throw good, Maxey.
The thing you love about Maxey is that he always has a smile when he's out there. He's enjoying himself, and he embraces the challenge that the game presents.
Fires from deep. That shot misses. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Clowney. No good with the triple. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Jordi Fernandez for a minute. The challenge is slowing down Joel Embiid. Asked Coach what the game plan was. He said with Embiid, you know he's going to get to the line. You know he's going to get his. Our goal is to keep him away from the basket. If we get him settling for jumpers, that's a win for us. We'll see if they can force him to become a shooter in this one. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Russell. It's hauled in by George. The 76ers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Embiid off with the layup.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Maxey against Thomas. Out to Russell. Back to Thomas. Buries the long-range jumper.
Getting everyone involved. Russell operating the offense like a seasoned vet.
The recent history of the Nets. You know, Greg, they're always looking for a big splash or a quick fix to be competitive.
And Kevin, this franchise has sold its future more than a few times, but they always find a way to bounce back. You hope they don't go for a quick fix with this group.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Maxey passes to Embiid. Back to Maxey. Embiid with the screen on Russell. Pass to Embiid. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. And the rejection by Claxton. Here's Clowney, defended by Drummond. Clowney, good. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Nets.
The enthusiasm they've brought to their defense so far is something else. Going after shooters and really hustling to get their hands on shots.
And let's also give them some credit for running the paint so well. They're making the most of their chances to score in transition.
Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. And it's off from three-point range. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
To halt the run, and it's laid in by Maxey. Maxey's got 7.
A physical scoring guard, Maxey is at home on the inside.
Up top, Russell. He's covered by Maxey. Russell against Maxey. And Russell gets it to go. 6 points for him.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Fires the 3. And that one's good. Maxey.
The pure shooting stroke of Maxey, gifted at draining it from outside the arc.
Russell finds Johnson. Thomas sets a screen for Johnson. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Brooklyn ahead. They're up by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
In this league, it is so hard scoring in the half court, so you have to run every time you get the opportunity.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Paul George is out there with Embiid. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. Maxey against Russell. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Watch out when Maxey finds his groove like this. He'll just keep coming at you and at you.
Here's Russell. And the layup is good. Russell's got 4 points this quarter. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
And Maxey keeps defenders guessing, which is why they sometimes overcommit like this.
You throw good, Maxey. So for the Nets, Williams, he's checked in for Cameron Johnson. And it's Johnson in for Russell. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
So tenacious. Maxey finds a way through.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. At this point in his career, Paul George says he's in bully mode. He said, every night I'm on the floor, I'm there to dominate. Whether it's being more physical or going right at whoever I got to go at, you're going to feel me. I'm having that approach every time. I'm there to destroy you. Kevin? Wow.
I love it, though, D.A. Got to admit it. Awful powerful. Thank you. And here's George for three. Drops in the tray. George has got 5 now.
That last three must have bothered George a little bit. He goes to the arc with a purpose, then fires off his answer.
Melton feeling it out a bit. Johnson outside. Just 5 on the clock. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Here's Clowney. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss. And Keon Johnson picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Team second. Substitutions for your Nets.
For Philadelphia, they've gone a nice 3-3 to start the second. Embiid with a screen on Johnson. Maxey into the lane. It fails to fall. Now shooting just a little better than 50%. 5 for 9. Here's Sharp. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Sharp's got his first points in this one. The 76ers trail by 4. Outside, Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Here's Drummond. 76ers moving the ball around. Embiid with a screen on Melton. Shot by Grimes. No good. Nets leading by 4. This one for 3. The putback. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's George. Brooklyn with the rebound. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Melton with the ball. Sharp finds Melton. With the drive. Paul George with the steal. And now Maxey pushing it up, and no one back there to stop him.
Remarkable work in transition. Maxey just overwhelms the defense when the break is on.
Williams against George. There's the steal. Melton with the steal. Johnson dishes to Williams. Fires the 3. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Williams. Johnson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
When holding nothing back there, George gives the dunk his all.
Johnson against Maxey. And Keon Johnson picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Here's Maxey. He's got 18. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Embiid with the screen on Russell. Maxey, no good. Nets leading by 5. Now, here's Johnson. Pass to Russell. It's Thomas, high post. Over George. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Nets lead by 5. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
He knows that that's a strength for him. If they're going to keep fouling, he has no problem taking that.
Johnson is out there with Whitehead. Then there's Cam Thomas. Then it's Sharp, and it's Russell in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Pass to Bona. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Outside for Thomas, and Brooklyn turns it over again.
Let's just say they weren't on the same page there. Not sure he was expecting that pass.
And here is Butler. Pass to Yabusele. Russell against Butler. Out to Edwards. Shot clock at 5. Yes! And the foul. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Philadelphia shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Following some ups and downs, Richard, the Brooklyn Nets, and you know this, they're back in rebuild mode.
Yes, unfortunately they are, but fans shouldn't let the word rebuild discourage them. The Nets still have a ton of solid pieces, and it's just a question of making smart moves from here on out.
Here's McCain. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And so Whitehead will bring it up for the Nets. It's a 3-point game, and he gets the bucket.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Well, their pass to Yabusele. It's stolen by Johnson. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
I know you and I agree they do, David. Thank you very much. Butler against Russell. Offensive rebound. Out to Edwards. Pass to Yabusele. Russell against Butler for the tie. The rebound by Sharp. Sharp's got 6 rebounds now in the game. It's Thomas outside. The rebound by Yabusele.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Here's McCain. The kick outside to Butler.
2 minutes to play. Third quarter.
Shoots. McCain's shot is off. Brooklyn leading by 3. Johnson wide open. He fires. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
When you have a shooter like Cam Johnson, you're running that play with confidence.
Here's Butler. Brooklyn with the rebound. Sharp with it. Butler covering. Sharp against Butler. It's stolen by Edwards. .122 left to play in the third. Pass to Yabusele. 6 on the shot clock, and he jams it with authority.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Johnson sets the screen for Russell. Johnson inside. Defended by Butler. Johnson can't hit. Outside for Thomas. Here's the three. They get the rebound. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Kicks it out to Johnson. Three-pointer. Bangs home the trifecta. Johnson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Bona, and that one is hammered home.
They're behind right now, but you can't pin the blame on this guy. Nope, he's got to get some more help from somebody on his team. Help him. Help that man.
Johnson surveying the floor. Here he goes. And then Johnson with the dunk.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
It's been a... And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And so in the game for the 76ers, we've got George, Joel Embiid out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2 spot. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some hope for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
Pass to Clowney. Johnson with a screen on Embiid. Johnson kicks to Williams. Here's Clowney. Johnson outside. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. The 76ers trail by 9. Embiid, the pass to Maxey. Poked away. Now here comes Williams leading the break. Here's Melton. Off target from outside. The 76ers shooting 47%, pretty solid. Grimes passes to Embiid. Maxey looking it over. Goes back up. The strength of Embiid on display.
So much strength from Embiid. It would take a special defender to slow him down.
Melton sets a screen for Johnson. To the inside. And Embiid with the block. In the corner, George with it. And the rejection by Claxton. And he recovers it. Here's Grimes. He's guarded by Melton. Down low. Johnson right side. A 3. Hits it from 3-point range. And the Nets lead by 10. Hey guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Nets.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
15 seconds.
First one falls for.
Shooting for Brooklyn. Keon Johnson. Stepping the line with 2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. You know, the hopes of a super team in Brooklyn did not come to fruition at all, Richard. And you saw it firsthand.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Kevin. Yes, I had a front row view to it. And look, from a fan's perspective, it's a tough take. The team brings in some of the biggest stars this league has ever seen. You are thinking championship, and you never got close.
Maxey, no good. Brooklyn leading by 12. On the wing, Williams. Melton sets a screen for Williams. Melton kicks to Johnson. Melton passes to Johnson. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line. And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. D'Angelo Russell comes in for Williams.
At the line, Keon Johnson stepping the line with 2 shots.
And that one falls for Johnson. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Whitehead's checked in for Brooklyn. And there's Drummond. That's good on the assist by Maxey.
A tall and powerful big. Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Pass to Claxton. 1:12 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Johnson. Andre Drummond grabs the miss.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Nets.
Tonight, they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Johnson.
He really managed to shine on both ends of the floor, finding lots of opportunities to affect the game and make an impact.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Johnson with a screen on Maxey. That one falls. And the Nets lead by 13.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I
but eventually I'll get there. I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mid, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking for answers.
Both of these organizations have done a good job of acquiring and developing young talent, Grant.
Absolutely, B.A. These rosters are filled with young stars. They have a chance to make some noise in the coming years. They just need to continue to grow as individuals and as a team.
And now the Washington Wizards starters. George out there with Sarr. Then there's Marcus Smart. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. Now here's Russell. Trying to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Sarr. Let's go with a three. Oh, my. Came close to a four-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Well, defensively, against a young guy like Sarr, his size and energy can be overpowering.
Good on the second one. Brad, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
Sends it home from three-point land.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Smart against Thomas. Middleton, right side. The three. Claxton with a rebound. Brooklyn has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Here's Whitehead.
Wizards foul. Sarr. First personal foul. First team foul.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Thomas passes to Claxton. Russell from outside. The putback. Sarr pulls it in. And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. Middleton looking around. From the top of the key, he buries it. The Nets have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
This guy, an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between. Dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
Thomas against Smart. Lots of room. Sarr misses.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2. And if you're a longtime Washington Wizards fan, you have to be pining for the glory days, Doris.
And think how far back those glory days were, the 1970s. Back then, they made 4 finals and won 1 championship. But since that point, BA, they haven't even made a conference finals. And yet again, they are in a build. Incredible.
And far from just a jump shooter, Middleton stays active and is always ready to shoot.
Thomas, a screen on Smart. Russell, the pass to Thomas. Back to Russell. Fires the 3. Rebound by Middleton. And so Smart will bring it up for Washington. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. A big topic of conversation, Chris Middleton. Coach said Middleton is an incredible shooter. He said we cannot let him get comfortable. Shoot it directly off passes. Our goal, run Chris off that three-point line. Chris Middleton, hard to stop. Guys?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Here's Russell, following the score by Washington. Connects from downtown.
Well, the lefty stroke of D'Angelo Russell on display. This is a guard who can be effective with and without the ball.
The drive by Smart, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Here's Whitehead. And Chris Middleton gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Third team foul.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Claxton a screen on Smart. Pass to Russell. 6 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. Rejected by George. Smart with the ball, and Johnson picks him up defensively. Smart passes to Sarr. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Claxton. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
Smart passes to George. To the inside. Kicks it out to Smart. Here's the pick. Fires for 3. The rebound by the Nets. Claxton's got 7 rebounds in the game. Ooh, poked away. Middleton against Russell. Middleton, right side. Fires the 3. And the three-pointer goes. Middleton's got 7 points in the game. Outside Russell. Three-pointer. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Wizards out in... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Washington's performance here. Guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
The aggressiveness on defense has been infectious. Everyone's come to the party. I love it.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Whitehead in at the 3. So that's the Nets 5. Now here's George. Still without a bucket. With some arc, and he takes it up and lays it in.
There's a touch of artistry to the floater. Takes feel as much as skill.
All right, Grant, when you look at the Nets rebuild, what are you seeing at this point?
Well, they gave up a lot of young players and draft picks to assemble a big 3. And, of course, that didn't quite work out. So now they're in that middle ground, which sometimes can be a little tough. Add to the fact that they're in New York, the fans and media are anything but patient and forgiving.
And it's Washington with the ball. The Nets making their last shot. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Claxton. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Kicks it to George. Clock is at 3. Blocked again! And they'll keep possession. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Brooklyn trailing. Now here's Russell. He's got 9. Shot from the top of the key. Sarr pulls it in. Sarr's got 4 rebounds now. Smart outside. They set a pick. George outside. Good. George has gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
Russell against Smart. And a nice finish on the layup.
You have the sense that D'Angelo Russell likes to play through contact. This is a tough-minded player.
It's Smart on the wing. Thomas defends. The 3. And it's Whitehead with a rebound. The Nets have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Claxton passes to Whitehead. And Chris Middleton gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
For Washington, they've gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter.
Easy enough for the 7-footer. Sarr bringing the house down.
Russell, the pass to Thomas. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Hey, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Russell from outside. Fires hitting the triple. Russell's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, to me, this is where D'Angelo Russell distinguishes himself. He understands that when he can score it, he's going to be aggressive.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
In the early goings, their effort level has been exceptional. Just speeding around the defense and opening up options with good penetration.
Well, also, guys, what a start from beyond the arc. A huge part of their game today. That's going to help their spacing. That will sting a little bit. Failing to get the lead when the opportunity was there, but he does tie it up.
I think he caught the defense napping. Those plays can be soul-crushing.
The shot by Russell, no good. Washington leading by 3. And here's Smart. 7 points in the game. Wide open. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Smart's got 9.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 5. Sarr pulls it in. Sarr's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And count it. The shot is good, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, good floor recognition from Sarr. Encouraging to see him working on his passing like this.
Washington shooting their 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
Now here's George. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Middleton, no good. Outside Russell. Back to Thomas. Outside Johnson. To halt the run. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's Washington up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. You got to like what we're seeing from D'Angelo Russell.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Checking out the group for Brian Keefe to start the second half. We've got Malcolm Brogdon. He's out there with Jordan Poole. Rashawn Holmes is out there with Corey Kispert. And it's Champagnie at the 4 spot.
Defensively, got to close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Poole with the ball. And Watford pulls it down. Nets trail by 5. Now Williams. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Now here's Brogdon. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Hits the trifecta. Kispert's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Johnson against Poole. The 3-ball. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now here's Brogdon. Still no points. From the baseline, Brooklyn pulls it in.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
And Watford, here we go. And that one drops for him.
And both teams playing with a little more urgency in this half.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
Poole against Johnson. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
So many ups and downs in his career, Doris. You forget how young Jordan Poole is.
Well, think about opposite ends of the spectrum early on in his career. He goes down to the G League and then won a title all in a span of under 24 months. To me, he's still figuring out what works best for him, but the skill is undeniable.
Woo! BA, that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good.
Second personal foul. Team second.
Johnson against Poole. They set the pick. Shoots over Johnson. Sharp grabs the miss. Brooklyn has gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. For the tie, Watford gets the bucket. And this game is tied up now.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Here's Poole. Poole exploding to the rim. And down it goes. 2 points. Poole's got 5 now.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Last 2 minutes to play. Third quarter.
Johnson against Poole. Johnson inside. Shot clock at 5. Here's Melton. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Of course, it's interesting. The Nets franchise has never won an NBA championship.
That's absolutely correct, because their titles came before the merger. Now, since they've joined this league, they did go to the finals for a couple of times. Had Jason Kidd, who was the driver of success, but no championship in this modern era.
Now here's Poole. He's got 5. High post Holmes. Pass to Champagnie. Second chance shot. And Holmes with the lay-in. Good. And the Wizards lead by 2.
Well, it's easy to say. This guy wanted it more. Creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
You can really see their confidence growing as this game has gone on. They have reason to believe that.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 51 seconds left to play in the third. That gives them the lead. Johnson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Whew, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
Brogdon with the ball, and Johnson picks him up defensively. Brogdon against Johnson. Out to the right wing. Champagnie, that's good. Champagnie's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
If you want to talk about an NBA player who has poise and vision, that's Malcolm Brogdon doing work with the pass. That is nicely done.
Now here's Sharp. No points yet. Melton outside. Sinks that one from the post. We've seen 5 lead changes so far. Neither team able to pull away.
Yeah, this game just feels like it's going to come down to the wire.
Now here's Brogdon. Poole outside. Oh, what an effort by Poole!
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
That takes us to the end of the third quarter. What a game. Neither team giving ground. It's Washington up 1. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. Cam Thomas out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Whitehead in at the 3 slot. So that's the Nets 5. Johnson finds Thomas. No good with the elbow jumper. Wizards leading by 3. George scanning the floor. Rebounded by Johnson. Brooklyn has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Claxton a screen on George. Johnson. Rebound Washington. Outside Koulibaly. And there's the foul. It's on D'Angelo Russell. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. And there's a pick. Middleton passes to Sarr. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3. Well, the Nets are still feeling the ramifications of trading for James Harden, Doris.
Well, B.A., consider in that trade they gave away Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, and 4, count them, 4 first-round picks for a total of just 80 games played for James Harden. The reverberations are still being felt.
Doris, you look at this Washington team. They hit the reset button.
B.A., I am sure that's not an easy decision to make, but I believe it was the right move. Washington was kind of stuck at that play-in level. Now they have a clear focus and direction on the future. May take some time, but I like the plan.
That's a foul called on Cameron Johnson. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Yeah, they've been pretty careless so far, racking up a number of fouls in very little time.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. And that one's good. Middleton.
Now, if you're the defense, you can't allow Middleton to heat up out there. I mean, he can be so efficient from long range.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Williams is checked in for Brooklyn. Melton comes in for Russell. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Jordi Fernandez's huddle. He told his guys to up their aggressiveness on the defensive end, saying this game is all about who can get stops right now. I need you guys to bring some more energy on defense. That's how we'll get this win. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And here's Thomas from the arc. Up again. Smart grabs the miss. Washington leading by 8. Middleton outside, and there's the screen. Pass to Sarr. Soft touch off the glass. Sarr's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, you just cannot let Sarr get that ball inside.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
Evan D's got to be better. I mean, that's a high-quality look for him.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Here's Smart. Rebounded by Johnson. Nets trail by 7. And here's Thomas from the arc. It's rebounded by Washington. Sarr's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Koulibaly. From outside, off the mark. Brooklyn has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. Robbed.
Last 2 minutes to play. Fourth quarter.
And here's Middleton. Pass to Sarr. This one for 3. Washington again can't hit. Well, Brooklyn's shooting at 49% so far in the game. Here's Claxton. No good on the 3.
I understand why he took the shot. They need the points, but that's just not a good look.
Middleton from the outside. Rebounded by the Nets. Claxton's got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating. To the middle. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Johnson. Now Claxton. Here's Thomas for 3. Kept alive. 3-pointer. And it's Koulibaly with a rebound.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Down low. Here's Sarr. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk. And that's a double-double for him now. Melton outside. Thomas outside. Off target with the 3. Koulibaly with it. And it's Thomas picking him up. Back to Koulibaly. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by the Nets. And short of a miracle, they're walking out of here with a tough loss.
They fought all night. A terrific effort, but they just couldn't make enough big plays.
Good chance here for Thomas. And he hits one. Maybe he's ready to get back on track. And Washington with possession. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth. And the call will be against Nicholas Claxton. That's his first foul.
14 foul.
And it's Washington with the ball. They've led by as much as 10. So it's Washington picking up the win. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was.
Two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Sarr out there with George. Then there's Smart. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. Now here's Smart. And a wide open look for Sarr. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
Already expanding his game. Sarr trying to get better at attacking quickly off the pass.
Maxey attacking. Here's Grimes. Embiid with the screen on Middleton. Grimes with the bucket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Here's Middleton after the Sixers pick up 2.
Sprinting up the floor and beating everyone down. That's the reward for Chris Middleton.
And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow. And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open. Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the 3-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
So it's Philadelphia now, after Marcus Smart got his shot to go from deep. Shot clock at 6. Maxey kicks to Embiid. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
George looking around. To the middle. Koulibaly finds George. Here's Koulibaly, guarded by Embiid. Pulls up. Again, the Wizards score. The 76ers are gone. 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Maxey. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Outside, Smart. Takes it inside. Some solid defense from Maxey.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Tipped away. Smart passes to Sarr to the inside. And Sarr throws it down.
Most of Sarr's best work is done at the rim. Look at him just throwing it down with ease.
Maxey kicks to Embiid. Maxey against Smart. Pass to Embiid. 5 to shoot. Off target with his 3.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Back to Koulibaly. A shake. Outside for Smart. Middleton with a screen for Smart. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts. The 76ers trail by 6. Here's Maxey. The 76ers with another miss.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Maxey against Smart. Saw the pass to Smart. Wizards passing it around. Shakes him. Sarr's shot is off. For Philadelphia, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Pass to Embiid. George with the ball. Off on the layup. 15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Smart on the wing. He's covered by Maxey. Outside, Smart. Buries it from three-point range. Smart's got 8. And that does it for the first quarter. Wizards out front, up 9. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
We've got George. Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Pass to Grimes. Inside, stolen by George. In the corner, Smart with it. Clock at 6. George dishes to Middleton. His first shot coming late. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. Trailing by 10. And Drummond kicks to Embiid. Count it. He has 5.
And Embiid being assertive offensively, wasting no time in getting that one. And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
Wizards leading by 8. Outside, Smart. Now, here is George. Hasn't made one yet. Back to Smart. Pass to Sarr. Now Middleton. Down low. Sarr gets the bucket. Sarr's got the lead up to 10 now for the Wizards.
That's where you want Sarr doing his work offensively. He is a tough cover in the paint.
Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. To the paint. Embiid, no good. Washington's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Smart against Maxey. Lets the 3 fly. Missed the shot. He's made 3 and missed 3 from the field. Driving to the basket. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And Maxey's guys encourage him to attack whenever he can because his first step is so explosive.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways. I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. Here's Sarr, and Sarr throws it down.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Maxey finds Embiid. Drummond with a screen on George. Embiid on the attack. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his first.
And Brett, you've seen the way the game has grown over the years. The skill level of the league is higher than ever.
The talent level, Kevin, that is on display on a nightly basis in this league is staggering. But there's a lot of kids out there watching what's going on, and they're going to push this game even further. How exciting is that?
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Pass to Koulibaly. From the arc, Andre Drummond grabs the miss. The 76ers trail by 11. Here's Grimes. And there's the drive. Drummond in the post, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
And it's Middleton penetrating and stolen by Drummond. Maxey on the wing. He has 6. Back to Embiid. Embiid just overpowers the defense inside.
And right there, Embiid showing he's just too big and too skilled to stop.
Smart against Maxey. Here's Koulibaly. And he dunks it down.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Pass to Embiid from past the arc. From way outside, Joel Embiid.
Come on, Joel Embiid. I mean, 7-footers are not supposed to shoot like that.
Here's Smart. Nifty move. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Washington holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the... Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Joel Embiid with a strong contribution in this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Here's who Brian Keefe is starting the second half with. Jordan Poole is out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's Corey Kispert. And there's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Champagnie in at the 4 slot. And now the fast break. Brogdon with the ball. Good. And the Wizards lead by 10.
Brogdon right now picking out his spots there. Straight line drive and then powers right through it to score.
And when you watch Kispert, Brent, you can see the aggression he plays with when he's going at the rim.
Yeah, sometimes Corey will surprise you because he's a spot-up shooter and he's elite at doing that, but he will attack, go in there, and throw his body at guys to create some scoring opportunities.
McCain's shot is off. Washington leading now by 10. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
On the break, Brogdon with a great job of surveying the floor and understanding where everybody was coming in from on that fast break.
Butler against Poole. Pass to McCain. Back to Butler. There's the 3. Another miss by Philadelphia. Washington's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And Poole gets it to go.
Yeah, Poole has that ability. That one stride, full speed kind of player. Nice action there.
Here's McCain. He has yet to score. Cans it from downtown.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Poole kicks to Brogdon. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The 76ers trail by 11. Here's Bona. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Here's Brogdon driving in. It's blocked, and he's able to get it back. For the 3, they get it back. Holmes passes to Poole. Here's Champagnie, and they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's McCain. He's guarded by Brogdon. Pass to McCain. Shot clock at 6. Driving the lane. The shot's good. McCain's got 5 points in the quarter.
And that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Brogdon finds Poole. Tries it from the top of the key. Back to Brogdon. The tray. And it's Bona with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 10. And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
1:31 left in the third quarter. To the left side wing. Stolen by Kispert. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. And laid in to finish the break. Champagne's got 5 now.
An agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Pass to Bona. Here's McCain. 1:04 left to play in the third. Lets it go from deep. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Shoots the 3. Shot by Champagne, no good. 76ers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And the rejection by Holmes. Pass to Poole. Kispert with it. 6 to shoot. Drills the three-pointer. And the Wizards lead by 13. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. Here's McCain. Offline with his 3. Here's Brogdon. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And that's now 6 points for Malcolm Brogdon.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And so it's the Washington Wizards riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Wizards leading by 15. Paul George is out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
George finds Maxey. Drummond sets the screen for Maxey. Just 5 to shoot. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. Washington's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Now Koulibaly. And the 3 off target. Here's Grimes. He's defended by Koulibaly. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
George against Middleton. Over George. And Washington again with the bucket.
Now working in the mid-range, Middleton finding some ways to play in between.
Three-pointer by Embiid. He can't get it to go. Washington leading now by 20. Sarr with it. It's hauled in by Paul George. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And you've got to admire the toughness that Embiid plays with. He doesn't let fouls stop him from scoring.
The Wizards have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Smart dishes to Middleton. Smart with this screen on George. Middleton for 3. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And that's what Middleton is known for, a remarkable outside shooter, and that release got off pretty quick.
Maxey with it. Now defended by Sarr. From downtown. Washington with the rebound. Outside, Smart. Middleton outside. Back to Smart. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Feeling more and more comfortable in this offense. This is Chris Middleton making a play.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Washington.
They've been running away from the defense all game. I mean, loads of points here off the fast break, and the opposition just hasn't been able to adjust to that aggressive play style.
Something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You've got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
Middleton outside. Pass to George. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Smart kicks to Middleton. Down low. Saw the pass to Middleton. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have the jump ball.
Violation. That's a jump ball.
It's tipped. Stolen by Middleton. Smart with the ball. Maxey covering. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey.
That's his first.
That is his first foul of the game.
Second.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
1:37 left in the fourth quarter.
Awesome defense. Just outstanding effort to reach his big hands in there and just rip the ball away.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Here's Smart. The Wizards with another miss. The 76ers trail by 19.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Wizards.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Marcus Smart.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends.
Here's Sarr, defended by Drummond. Jacks up a 3. Sarr gets the bucket.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town. And he's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. There's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
Middleton against George. Now here's Middleton. He's covered closely. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one to come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight. Much appreciated, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brett Berry.
time, but eventually I'll get there. I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the field. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer.
You're exactly right, BA, and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively too.
Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at the 3 slot. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Russell, that's good.
Boy, Russell loves to take and make these quick trigger shots. He plays with a nice rhythm and flow to his game.
Now here's Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Lays it up and banks it in.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Thomas. Claxton with it. Outside, Williams. And the 3 off target.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
You know, Grant, with the Nets, there was so much optimism just a few years back.
And it was just too bad to see things go south. It's a reminder that nothing is as easy as it seems in the NBA. Even with a superstar roster, things don't always work out.
You know, maybe he's not the fastest guy on the court, but quickness is more important than pure speed in basketball. Russell's handle and scoring instincts, though, are borderline elite.
Now here's Embiid. Outside Maxey. Back to Embiid. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
Making opportunities. Maxey smartly using the pick and roll to create for his team.
Russell, the pass to Thomas. Off the mark there with a 3. The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Maxey. That one falls.
That's where Maxey's at his best. He wants to get the ball inside.
Russell against Maxey. The ball's knocked loose. Johnson passes to Russell. Back to Johnson. Beyond the arc. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Maxey against Russell. Kicks it to George. Back to Maxey. Takes the 3. Brooklyn with the board.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Thomas outside. Puts up a 3. Drummond grabs the miss. The Sixers trailing. Maxey with it. Pass to Embiid. It's George on the wing. Rejected by Claxton. And that'll be Philadelphia's ball as it goes out of bounds. Sixers able to keep the possession. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. 4 on the clock.
2 minutes remaining in the
George, a deep 3. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to go. Williams from long range. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Here's Maxey. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Maxey's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Johnson a screen on Maxey. Here's Russell. The kick out to Johnson. 4-3. The rebound by Embiid. And Embiid has got the ball here for the 76ers. It's a 3-point game.
Oh, man.
Oh!
Punch that one.
Bad intentions.
How about that, Andre Drummond? No, you didn't just show me that kind of creativity in a 7-foot frame at about 1/3 of a ton.
Wilson's checked in for Brooklyn. Whitehead comes in for Williams. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Clark, one of the league's premier scorers. Embiid does a lot of damage in the mid-range.
I tell you, for a guy as big as he is, I just marvel at his touch, his footwork, and the fact that he scores at all 3 levels. He scores at the rim, mid-range, he's dangerous, and then the 3-point shot is one that he can knock down with decent regularity. So at his size, most would like to see him attack the rim more, but I still marvel at his versatility as a scorer.
There's 45 seconds left to play in the first. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Embiid will eat you alive on the offensive board. You've got to box that guy out.
Timmy, pure from three-point range.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
Maxey passes to Embiid. Back to Maxey. Here's Grimes. He's guarded by Martin. Pass to Embiid. Count it. Embiid's got 9.
Outstanding agility in the screen and roll by Joel Embiid. I mean, he's so good at getting out of the screen quickly and getting to the right spot.
And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul. Coming out to the floor.
Tries a 3 off the inbound.
22.
And he can't get that one.
Jalen Wilson.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Brooklyn out in front. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
On the floor for Brooklyn. And it's Whitehead in at the small forward. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. They get it back. Drummond passes to Grimes. Here's Wilson. Martin outside. Pass to Wilson. Here's Whitehead. From deep. Knocks it down from distance. Whitehead's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Maxey. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Maxey taking up that airspace, doing a nice job, just bouncing off the floor there.
Here's Wilson. Over to the left wing. Pass to Whitehead. Here's Clowney. Maxey covering. From downtown. Clowney can't get it to go. 76ers trail by 4. Kicks it to George. Back to Maxey. Launches it. And it falls for him. He's now 4 of 7 from the field. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve. This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
George outside, takes it inside. Embiid from outside. And it's Whitehead with a rebound. Brooklyn leading by 4. Here's Clowney. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard. He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Pass to Whitehead. Here's Wilson. Maxey covering. Here's Wilson. Here's Whitehead. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was was prime time stuff right there.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
Now Embiid. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Personal foul.
What a 22-23 season it was for Joel Embiid. Named MVP with the Sixers, Clark.
Yeah, and that was Philly's first MVP since the answer. Allen Iverson back in 2001. Embiid led the league in scoring at over 33 a game on 55% shooting from the floor. Remarkable. Nobody could stop him. He was virtually unguardable.
Thomas misses.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to Embiid. George, a screen on Williams. Strong finish by Embiid.
You know, with his size and offensive versatility, the defense really has its hands full with Embiid.
Thomas passes to Sharp. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Wilson, no good. 76ers trail by 3. And that one is stuffed right through.
Embiid gives you a lot. Scoring, rebounding, defense, and he can also beat you with the pass.
Johnson a screen on Maxey. Thomas finds Johnson. Back to Thomas. Stolen. And now the Sixers on the break. Here's George. And George with the jam.
Oh, a nice show of strength that time from Paul George, absorbing the hit and still carving out space to get the shot to go down.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more from him when it came to knocking down free throws.
Butler against Thomas. Spins. Williams on the wing. Uses the glass on the layup. Williams has got 5. And that'll do it for the first half. This game is tied. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
30.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. What else can you say? Joel Embiid, an impressive effort here today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
We've got Butler, and it's McCain in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, the Sixers' 2 stars make a great pairing. Maxey said of Embiid, since I was a rookie, he's had the ultimate faith and believed in me. And Embiid said of Maxey, he's something else. Always smiling with the same energy. Good games, bad games, always the same. People like that set the tone for everybody else. Brian?
That's a good call, Allie. Thank you. Now Melton. They set a pick. To the inside. Pass to Whitehead. Into the lane. Shot clock at 6. The Nets need to get off a shot here. The offensive rebound. Watford with it. Watford with a screen. Melton passes to Watford. Now here's Martin. Second chance effort. And it's Bona with a rebound.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And the first one at the line is good. So the Nets making a switch here. Sharp's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers, among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity.
Butler against Melton. Butler with the bucket. Butler's got 4 points this quarter.
And you look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Melton with a screen on Butler. Martin takes it in. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Clark, the Sixers have been at least 10 games over 500 for 7 straight seasons now.
Yeah, and that's great to see after what was it called? The process that took them all the way to the very depths of the league to finally build themselves back into a consistent playoff team. And their fans certainly deserve good times for struggling through all of those bad times several years ago.
And one move ahead of the defense, a solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
Melton against Butler. Here's Yabusele. And here's Butler. 6 points for him. Takes a 3. And it's Bona missing.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Melton. Pass to Sharp. Floats one up. Counted. It's a tie ball game. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's Yabusele. Misses the layup. Here's Whitehead, guarded by Edwards. Outside Sharp. There's a screen. Here's Clowney. Buries it down low. And the Nets lead by 2.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Fires for 3. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Melton against Butler. Martin outside. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by the Sixers. If they play this right, they can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they really have to work the clock right now.
Oh, I love watching him flush it home, showing how easily he can get off the ground and bang it.
Melton finds Martin. Drops in the layup for 2. Martin's got 8 points.
The ability to play the 1 makes Melton valuable. He finds teammates when they're in good position.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. McCain. Deflected! Butler against Melton. That one goes in. Melton's got 4 points this quarter. There's 6 seconds left in the third. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
And stolen by Edwards. And we wrap up the third, and it looks like it's going to be an exciting fourth. And time for a... And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Philadelphia foul.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. On the floor for Brooklyn. Cam Thomas out there with Williams. Then there's Johnson. Then it's D'Angelo Russell. Johnson with a bucket.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Maxey passes to Drummond. Stripped it away. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And the defense has been disruptive, forcing turnovers, challenging shots. The turnovers they've been able to turn into points, too.
That was a prayer. All luck getting that one to go.
Outside Russell. Now here's Johnson. Outside for Russell. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
Embiid finds Maxey. And you watch Tyrese Maxey, Clark. He's so good at creating offense.
Yeah, he can get that thing rack to rack and downhill in a heartbeat, VA. In the break and in the pick and roll, he puts tons of pressure on the defense because he's so quick. And he knows how to use angles, too. And he can shoot it from deep, so he's got the full package.
Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Pass to Embiid. Here's Grimes. Can't connect from short range.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights that bucket is automatic.
Outside Johnson. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Out to the wing, pulls up. It's hauled in by the Sixers. Embiid's got 5 rebounds in the game. Maxey passes to Embiid. Philadelphia with another miss. Nets leading by 7. And there's the foul. It's on Joel Embiid. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth.
2 minutes remaining.
Tries the spin move.
2 minutes.
It's stolen by Maxey. Grimes, the pass to Embiid. Embiid just brushing off the contact inside.
You like Embiid's confidence and willingness to step up in the big moment.
Here's Russell. Count the basket.
I like that. Punch it inside. You usually end up with a good shot and or get fouled.
Drummond passes to Embiid. Outside Maxey. Brooklyn pulls it in. Outside Johnson. Thomas against George. Back to Johnson. Fires it. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Drummond's got his 6th rebound on the night. Grimes. That one's in there. Drummond with the assist.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage. What confidence from Joel Embiid. Knocked that one down in a clutch situation.
Johnson a screen on George. The kick out to Johnson. The three is up. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Nets lead by 7.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big. I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Pass to Russell. Back to Johnson. It's stolen by Drummond. And now the Sixers on the break. Good. Oh, George with a steal. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And B.A., the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA. And if you claim to... Be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do. One thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Johnson. Johnson is out there with Thomas. Then there's Nicholas Claxton.
And if you're trying to get the most out of Middleton offensively, put him in catch-and-shoot situations.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Now Johnson. Thomas sets a screen for Johnson. To the hoop, and Johnson with the stuff.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. Outside, Smart. Middleton, a screen on Johnson. Kicks it down to Middleton. And again, Washington with the triple.
Just a heads-up play by Smart, pushing the ball ahead. He knows not to hold that ball when someone has a good look ahead.
Yep, it counts.
That is just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Well, you talk about Cam Thomas. RJ, he's one of the most explosive scorers I know in the NBA.
Well, after Kyrie and KD got traded out of Brooklyn, Thomas went off, putting together a streak of 3 straight 40-point games.
Johnson finds Claxton. Kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Sinks the triple.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Outside, George. Nailed from three-point land.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here's Johnson. He has 5. And Middleton with the block.
What defensive focus from Middleton. Able to anticipate the shot and get a hand on it.
Pass to Smart. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
He'll be asking for some lottery numbers later if he keeps knocking down shots like that.
Johnson, the pass to Thomas. Launches it. And it's Johnson. That time on the assist by Thomas. Johnson's got 8 points.
This is why you always have to chase guys off the arc, because everyone has a three-point shot now.
And it's Middleton penetrating. Nobody near George. And again, Washington with the triple.
The correct decision by Middleton, moving to his wide-open teammate, Chris, a terrific passer off the wing.
Johnson from outside. Misses the hole, and he's now 3 for 4. From deep. Koulibaly, no good. Nets trail by 4. Thomas gets a wide-open look. A putback, and Sarr pulls it down. Washington's gone 4 of 6 from long range here early on. Kept alive. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. Here's Thomas, the three. And Sarr pulls it down. Washington leading now by 4. And here's Smart. Takes a three. Wow, drew the contact in that three. Oh, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
At the line for Washington, Marcus Smart. 3 seconds. The play is under video review. Under NBA
the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So it's Brooklyn now, following the three-pointer by Washington. Johnson for three. It's hauled in by George. Wizards leading by 4. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Sarr. Claxton covering, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Possession to Brooklyn. Now into the lineup for the Nets. Number 9, Brendan.
Nets trail by 4. Thomas surveying the D. Thomas a screen. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Johnson's got 10 points.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Now into the lineup for the Nets. Number
5 seconds left to play in the first quarter. For 3, Middleton. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Washington out. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
Their points came almost exclusively from beyond the arc. And as this game continues, that should open up the floor for the rest of their offense.
They got Smart. George is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Sarr in at the 5. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Johnson against Middleton. Johnson can't get it to go.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
The Nets with the lead. GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
Washington's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Middleton outside. Pass to Koulibaly. In the corner, Smart with it. 5 on the clock. Pulls it from the elbow. Takes a big height bounce and goes in.
And if you're the defense, you have to honor Marcus Smart's mid-range, Jay, or else that's exactly what's going to happen.
Russell finds Watford. And it's sent back by George. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. Wizards have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Smart up top. He's guarded by Russell. Smart against Russell. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. There's the drive.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Thomas sets a screen for Johnson. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Johnson's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
See, he had time to line it up, and you know what? He's capable.
For three, Middleton. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
It's Thomas outside. Washington with the rebound. Sawyer's got 6 rebounds in the game. And George kicks to Smart. And George with the stuff.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Traps in the tray. And the Nets lead by 1. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Now, here's Johnson. Thomas, no good.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
Brooklyn's gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Here's Johnson. Pass to Claxton. Johnson outside. From outside the arc. Rebounded by Smart. And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. Puts the move on, and there's the nice layup by George. George has got 10 points in the game.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
Sarr sets the screen for Smart. He doesn't hit that one. Brooklyn's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Timmy, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
15 seconds left in the first half. Sarr sets the screen for Middleton. Pass to Sarr. Nice move. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got his 4th assist in this one.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And so it's tied as we head to halftime. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The Nets, 29. And now, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Keon Johnson in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
Setting the floor for the Nets. DeAnthony Melton out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then there's Trendon Watford. Then it's Martin. And it's Sharp in its center. And Poole gets it to go.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
The Wizard shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Now, here's Kispert. Covered by Martin. No problem knocking that one down. And now a 3-point Wizards lead.
And that's on the defense there. Gotta know the scouting report and understand that he loves his shot.
Russell finds Melton. Russell looking it over. Back to Melton. Shot clock at 5. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. He'll take it.
Outside to Brogdon. Pass to Champagnie. Lets it go with a 3. The rebound by Sharp. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Melton passes to Sharp. The drive by Russell. And Rashawn Holmes gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Martin the pass to Russell. And he banks in the lane. Russell's got 4 this quarter.
An active competitor. Russell won't go down without a fight, especially around the rim.
Brogdon a screen on Russell. Poole kicks to Brogdon. That 3 off the mark. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And 88 from the line a season ago. He was one of the best shooters in the league.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Pass to Kispert. It's deflected. Poole against Martin. Outside Russell. Now Sharp. The rebound by Champagnie. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Champagnie's got his first 2 points.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
Russell kicks to Martin. Back to Russell. Melton sets a screen for Russell. On the wing, Melton. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Melton's got 8.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
Poole, a screen on Melton. It's Brogdon on the wing. He's guarded by Melton. Here's Champagnie. 6 on the shot clock. No good with the layup. Melton against Brogdon. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated.
Second team foul.
Good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Free throw drops for Melton. Wizards trail by 4. Now here's Brogdon. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Champagnie. Bangs home the trifecta. Champagnie's got 5 points in the quarter.
You can tell Brogdon has good vision. He can see where those openings are no matter how small.
Here's Melton. And Sharp has it in the corner. Melton with the ball. He's got 11. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Kispert, the pass to Champagny. And a strong finish with two hands. And not even three-quarters out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
And Russell gets it to go.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Now Poole for three. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Rashawn Holmes, Brogdon out there with Jordan Poole. Then it's Corey Kispert. And it's Champagny in at the 4. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. And Russell gets it to go. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Nets.
They've been just suffocating on defense the whole game. Look at their shot blocking. The opposition doesn't have any room to breathe.
And also, guys, they pushed the ball and been able to score in transition, trying to take advantage of playing in the open floor as often as possible.
It's good from long range. Poole's got it all tied up now for the Wizards.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Russell against Poole. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a three-point play.
Defensive foul.
Jordan Poole picks one up.
And you see Russell taking the hit on that shot. Great body control. Potential and one.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. And the Wizards with possession. Here's Koulibaly. Outside, Smart. And stolen by Russell. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Jimmy. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 3 assists in the game.
Getting everyone involved. Russell operating the offense like a seasoned vet.
Here's Smart. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Nets leading by 6. Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it. And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
The Nets making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Pass to Song. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And here's the break. Paxton with it. Out guarded by Smart. Johnson, the pass to Claxton. Johnson surveying the floor. Just 5 on the clock. Jimmy. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Wizards trail by 8. And Keon Johnson picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Johnson against Smart. Middleton with a screen for Smart. Will it go? And it's good on the way in.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
You can't question the desire of these teams. It's going to be difficult for either side to get separation.
Johnson kicks to Thomas. Driving inside. And it's good. 2 points. Thomas got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Middleton drives in. Good on the shot.
And the urgency on Middleton's drive is terrific. The defense seems powerless to stop it.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That is his first foul of the game. Nets leading by 6. Johnson outside. And a miss there on the triple.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
For 3, Middleton. Great tee that time from Johnson.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
Puts up a deep 3. Offensive rebound. It's Thomas on the wing. The 3. That one doesn't go. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Sarr's shot is off. And so it's Brooklyn with it. They've allowed just 7 points here in the 4th quarter. And Cameron Thomas picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Middleton, a screen on Johnson. Pass to Middleton, beyond the arc. It's good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And the pressure just doesn't get to Middleton. In fact, he enjoys, embraces it, loves the opportunity to take the big shot.
Johnson against Middleton. Johnson dishes to Johnson. Clock at 4. Oh, wow, unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. And we've got a timeout call by Brian Keefe. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point. So I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
And he commits the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Third team foul.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
Taking 2 shots.
So he comes up empty at the line. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. What do you think we're going to see here?
Well, you need the 3 here. A quick one. I mean, very quick. Has to be catch and shoot. One fluid motion. A very difficult shot, but it is definitely not impossible.
But eventually, I'll get there. I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold.
love to share the ball. Now, Doris, you were a gifted passer, a conference assist leader. What makes a great playmaker?
Well, look at Brian Anderson doing his homework on his partner here. I think, obviously, you have to have some vision. You've got to have a handle to be able to get to the spots you want to on the floor, to deliver the pass at the appropriate angle. But maybe most importantly, you have to have a desire to make your teammates better.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Joel Embiid is out there with George. Then it's Andre Drummond. Then it's Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2.
And using that 6'7" frame to get in there and do work, Middleton will take on anybody.
Maxey passes to George. Embiid from outside. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
The best way to get a clean look is with those quick hitters on the break.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
And there's Embiid. That one's good. And the assist from Maxey.
I love the confidence Embiid plays with, especially this close to the rim.
Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Outside Maxey. And Marcus Smart picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Here's Maxey. Kicks it to George. 5 to shoot. Puts up a deep 3. Offensive board. Embiid passes to Maxey. Pass to Drummond. Sarr pulls it in. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. George passes to Smart. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
Well, I love that Marcus Smart sprinted into that shot opportunity. You've got to be prepared on the catch, and Marcus was ready.
Embiid can't hit. The Wizards have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. It's George on the wing. George defending. Back to Smart. Launches it from deep. Joel Embiid with the board. And Maxey's got the ball here for the 76ers. Trailing by 5. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Coulibaly. Back to Maxey. Tries again. And it's good on the layup.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
You gotta love Tyrese Maxey's approach to the game. He said, quote, "I really have a simple life. I have this joy about playing basketball. I like putting in the work, so I'm extremely focused, extremely competitive, and I'm out here having the time of my life. I get to do what I love every single day, and it's a blessing," unquote. Ryan, he's such a positive guy.
Yeah, he really is. Thanks for that, Allie. Kicks it to George. The 3. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist. George has got 5 points.
Well, you have to admire how Smart is running this offense right now. He has a knack for spotting open teammates.
Here's Maxey. Kicks it to George. Pass to Embiid. This one for 3. Sinks it from distance. He has 7.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Coulibaly. No good from outside. 76ers trail by 3. Out to the right wing. Embiid is screen on Smart. Maxey passes to Embiid. Got it. Makes him 4 for 6 from the floor.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Middleton looking around. George with the block.
That's just staying with your man, anticipating what he's thinking, and great instincts on the block from Paul George.
.30 seconds left in the opening quarter. For Philadelphia, they've gotten 50% of their shots to fall so far. They're 5 of 10. Grimes. And he buries his first look.
Yeah, just an outstanding find by Maxey. More than willing to give it up to open teammates.
There's a screen. Outside Koulibaly. Smart outside. The Wizards with another miss. Joel Embiid, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Philadelphia. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
Well, they came out with a physical presence and made rebounding a priority.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Chris Middleton is out there with George. Then there's Bilal Koulibaly. Then there's Sarr. And it's Smart in at the point. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. And we've seen the league ramp up the series model where teams play each other in the same arena twice in a row. What do you think, Doris?
BA, I absolutely love this, and more importantly, the coaches seem to engage highly in it because they feel to a certain degree it brings you a level of almost playoff-like repetition.
Here's Sarr. Banked it in off the glass. Sarr's gotten his first points in this one.
If you give him any sort of space, he's gonna attack.
Pass to Grimes. Back to Maxey. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
He deked the defenders there, and they thought Maxey was gonna dish to a big, but instead, he kept it and scored.
Middleton with a screen on Maxey. George against Smart. Middleton outside. The Wizards need to get off a shot here. The putback controls the rebound and the putback. Middleton's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, he really gets in there. Middleton got the board and got his bread.
For 3, Maxey. Embiid. Ooh, nasty putback from Embiid.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Here's Koulibaly. Three-pointer off the mark. Philadelphia leading by 3. Well, it was a tough season for the Washington Wizards, Grant. A franchise-low 15 wins.
You know, B.A., it started with trading away their star, Bradley Beal, before the season. But I like their new direction, prioritizing the future and developing talent.
Smart passes to Middleton. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
And he banks in the layup. Maxey's got 6 points in the quarter.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Smart against Maxey. Smart outside. Oh, my goodness! Smart from way out there.
Wow, Marcus Smart showing off some range. That is a big-time delivery.
Maxey. It's rebounded by Washington. And there's a 3-second violation.
Washington basketball.
The Wizards have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Smart up top. Maxey covering. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist. Smart's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, as good as anyone on the catch and shoot. Middleton deposits another J.
Maxey passes to Grimes. Here's Embiid. George defending. Outside Koulibaly. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Kept alive. Shot's good by Sarr.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to see from Sarr. Owning the glass and then finishing the play.
Maxey against Smart. Maxey passes to Embiid to end the run. He's off on the layup. Wizards leading by 4. Middleton outside. From the corner. Joel Embiid with the board. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight. It's blocked.
This guy is an absolute menace on the defensive end. Marcus Smart with the rejection.
It's his first trip to the line. The free throw drops for Embiid. And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
Nice shot by George.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Maxey with it. Middleton covering. Here's Grimes. Drummond inside. George passes to Embiid. The Sixers with another miss. The Wizards with a lead. Smart with a transition bucket.
Now that's about amazing quickness. How about Marcus Smart's ability to beat everybody up the floor with that burst?
Three-pointer. It's rebounded by George. Now here's Koulibaly. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
And so it's the Washington Wizards with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. They've been aggressive in transition and find them. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game. In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. What else can you say? Joel Embiid, an impressive effort here today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Second half underway. Here's who Nick Nurse has got on the floor. We've got Butler, and it's Edwards in at the small forward position. Here's McCain, guarded by Brogdon. Pass to McCain. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
Wizards leading by 6. Here's Poole. Putting on the Jets, Jordan Poole.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Outside Brogdon to the paint. Oh, swiped away. Here we go, the Sixers on the break. Here's Bona. And the shot's good.
If they keep finding steals like that, they won't be in the hole much longer.
Washington has gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. Poole outside with the drive. Poole fast and in fuego.
And after putting it down, he dangles from around the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Butler against Poole. To the middle. Yabusele. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Philadelphia shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Gerson Yabusele, 2 shots.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Washington leading by 4. And here's Poole. 6 points for him. Kispert on the wing. Pass to Champagnie. Launches a 3. And it's Bono with a rebound. The 76ers have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Butler, good.
He was way ahead of the pack. No one around to contest. He can do anything he wants in that situation.
Big time play right there, showing the activity and ability to impact this game.
Kispert, the pass to Poole. Over Edwards. Kispert outside. 4 on the clock. And there are the Wizards with another bucket.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Oh, got a piece of it. Stolen by Holmes. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Poole from long range. Wow, so hard to stop Poole on the break.
Not everyone has the green light to take that free in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
And here's Butler outside. Rebound Washington.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. 76ers trail by 7. Here's Edwards. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
Sean Holmes picks one up.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
76ers.
He misses the free throw.
Taking 2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. Wizards leading by 6. Now Poole. He's got 9. 1:05 left in the third. Oh, he goes up high for the 2-handed slam.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Back to Edwards. Here's Yabusele. Here's McCain. Philadelphia with another miss.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Holmes passes to Champagnie. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Edwards gets the bucket.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Now here's Brogdon. Not a lot of room. They get the rebound. The kick out to Poole. That'll count. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
Big time shot. They have to.
What a performance for Jordan Poole. He's been the story for Washington, absolutely carrying the offense. He ends the quarter with 14. Back after this. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Bilal Coulibaly out there with Marcus Smart. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's George. And it's Sarr in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. Smart with the ball. Picked up by Embiid. Here's George. And the jam by George.
Well, what can you say about Marcus Smart, right? A willing, capable passer off the pick-and-roll environment. That is really beautifully done.
Picked it. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Just a great job running the floor in transition. Now, he realized they were tiring out the defense early, and they took full advantage.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
They set the pick, pass to Middleton, beyond the arc. They get it again. Here's Smart. Three-pointer. And the foul called on Paul George. That's his third foul so far.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. And here's George. Back to Koulibaly. 6 to shoot. Smart for 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. Drummond's got 5 rebounds in the game. Pass to Embiid. Kicks it to George. Fires the 3. Rebound by Middleton. Middleton's got his 4th rebound in this one. Smart looking around. And Smart nails the triple.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Here's Embiid. Oh, that bucket gives him his 7th field goal in 12 tries.
Flat out dominant. Joel Embiid having his way tonight.
Maxey against Smart. No good off the back of the rim.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Maxey, that's good.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
And a bit of a battle for the ball, and the officials signal a jump ball here.
Jump ball.
George with it. Over Embiid. George, good. And the Wizards lead by 13.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
Fires from the line. And it's Maxey missing.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
76ers trail by 13. George with it. Guarded now by Smart. Here's Maxey. And the layup is good off the glass. Maxey's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Outside Koulibaly. Fires from deep. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
Washington leading by 14. Smart outside. Here's Koulibaly. No good on the triple.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. George, right side. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's on Bilal Koulibaly.
Well, Paul George is a difficult defensive assignment precisely for this reason. He's going to force you into contact.
Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
76ers trail by 13.
Barring a miracle comeback, this one is wrapped up. They were able to control the tempo and flow of the game, and it will end in a victory for the Wizards.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
B.A., the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough. And, of course, they closed strong.
And while there were some guys out there that played well, what really stood out was the production from Marcus Smart.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
And it's Coulibaly missing. Here's Grimes. Yes, and it's Embiid picking up the assist.
Yeah, and Embiid is smart to keep his options open. No reason he has to complete every play.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Smart against Maxey. Inside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
They're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
So we see the Wizards taking the W here. Allie, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and